Freshly adopted Jason, who is so used to taking care of his mother that the first morning in the manor, he wakes up in early hours to cook for Bruce too. Logically speaking, he understands that Bruce doesn't need it. He's a healthy adult, and they have Alfred, but it is 6 in the morning, and his mind is foggy, so he just follows his instincts. Maybe he does not even realize that mom is not here after all. Alfred finds him in the weekly dimmed kitchen when he finishes his walk around the manor before starting with his chores. He is amused at first, stopping quietly behind the child. He's doing great. That's a surprise since Grayson intentionally just stirred more trouble, and Alfred can't help but smile a little. Good morning, Master Jason. If you are hungry, you should wake me up next time. I promise to take care of you. Jason blinks owlishly, still awfully sleepy. His eyes are barely open, his hands working on the automat. Breakfast, he mumbles, frowning a little. For mom, I mean for dad. Alfred's smile falters. His original impression shifts into a late realization. Oh, Master Jason, you shouldn't really. Finished, he yawns, putting a one, just one, nothing for himself at all, plate in front of Alfred. It is a very simple dish. Scrambled eggs with some black pepper and toasted bread. But not even made in a toaster, just on the pan. This kid probably doesn't know how to use the toasters. It smells nice, Alfred compliments mentally. Can you? He yawns, pass to. And then little Jason falls asleep helplessly, falling right into Alfred's arms. He catches him, of course. This boy weighs nothing at all. The funniest thing to come out of those Batfam Twitter alternate universes is the repeated gag of people getting mad at various Batkids for insensitively making fun of their dead brother by interacting with a Jason Todd parody account. And the kids don't even try to defend themselves like, he's dead, I don't give a f. While totally alive Jason Todd is in the replies like, I died just to get away from you, and nobody ever mentions it outside of Twitter. I think one day Bruce is doing an interview when a reporter finally brings it up, and he's like, kids are interacting with a what now? And when he's shown the tweets, he just blinks a few times before going like, we all grieve in different ways. And then he pauses and squints at the screen before saying in a genuinely offended tone, does Jason not follow me on Twitter? And the reporter spends the next 10 minutes trying to explain that it's not Jason because Jason is dead, while Bruce completely ignores them, just devastated that the parody account of his dead son isn't following him on social media. Batman being aggressively secretive towards the Justice League is one of my favorite tropes, but it gets infinitely funnier when you take the younger generations of heroes into consideration. Barry Allen, he doesn't know shit about Batman. Still partially convinced he's not human. Still a little bit scared to talk to him. But Wally West, that's Nightwing's best friend. He's been around Grayson since both of them were kids. He's had sleepovers at the manor since he was 13. I just think it would be hilarious if all of the younger generations 100% knew that Batman is Bruce Wayne. They slept at the manor. Some of them have taken various Batkids to school dances. They've been offered Alfred's cooking, and all because they've gotten close to at least one Batkid and said Batkid wore Bruce down until he let them reveal their identity. But all of them managed to keep this information from their mentors, either purposefully or completely on accident. And you end up with a situation where the younger generations grow up and join the league, and the older members very quickly realize they seem to be a lot more comfortable with Batman than they should be. I feel like more people should know about the Filipino phrase, bahala na si Batman. Quite literally, it means it's up to Batman. On a more figurative level, it means that you're leaving something to God/fate metaphorically, represented by Batman, of course. Big event that you haven't prepared for, but you're going anyway. Bahala na si Batman. Major exams coming up and you haven't reviewed yet. Bahala na si Batman. About to do anything remotely risky/luck based. Bahala na si Batman. Anyways, I just think it's hilarious that Batman is now a part of our culture through the saying. Is this a thing in other cultures/languages too? Let me know. Filipino moves to Gotham and ends up just scaring the shit out of everyone by implying they have some kind of in with the bat. Now I want to know the linguistic experiences of a Filipino person living in Gotham. Calling home like, Killer Croc rolled the bus I was in onto its side. Bahala na si Batman. No, he was there, but he was distracted by the Riddler and didn't stop Killer Croc from pushing over the bus I was riding. I also need the flip side of this. I need Bruce Wayne to go to the Philippines and hear people saying this and have a mild panic attack when he thinks people know who he is and are asking for help. In Bruce's defense, anyone who blames him for putting his children in the line of fire does not like get his children. Bruce adopting and training these kids is absolutely the only thing standing between them and even earlier deaths than the ones in canon that they all basically just refuse to let stick. Like, these are 6 incredibly determined little dumbasses. Grayson breaks out of juvie and runs around rooftops tracking down the mob boss that ordered his parents in order to ruthlessly avenge them when he's 8. Jason Todd at age 12 is caught stealing the tires off of the goddamn Batmobile, and upon being caught, his first instinct is not flight, it's hit the goddamn Batman with his tire iron. Tim Drake, as early as age 10, spends his free time running around Gotham's rooftops and back alleys stalking Batman and Robin with his clunky camera and absolutely no prior experience or training in either acrobatics or surviving Gotham's back alleys. Cassandra Cain, upon learning Lady Shiva is her mother, ignores Batman yelling, Cassandra, no, and tracks down the most lethal and feared woman on the planet and bullies her into training her further, with Shiva going okay, but then we got a battle to the death and Cassandra going, sure, makes sense, when do we start? Tim, hey Jason, I forgot to put on the case file that the Greek Prime Minister is coming into Gotham tonight. Jason, of course you did. Hey Duke, I need a new copy of case number 32. Tim can't do this fucking job. Duke, heard. Barbara, Jason, I'm so sorry, the warehouse for your next sting was supposed to be a shipyard. Jason, no problem, Babs. Hey, Signal, drop me the new address for the sting. Duke, heard. Barbara, thank you, Jason. Jason, no problem. Later. Tim, Steph, this is so messed up. I just had Jason rip me apart for a mistake, but give Barbara a pass because she's a woman. Stephanie, it's not because she's a woman. Look at Cass. Nobody fights with Jason more than her. Jason in the background shouting, do better. Cassandra also shouting, oh, like you're fucking perfect. Just write the report. Jason, get out of my fucking office. Cassandra, it's not your fucking office. Tim, so what is it? Is Barbara just nicer? Stephanie, it's donuts. Tim, donuts? Stephanie, every Sunday she brings the team donuts and Monster Energy drinks all week. Tim, so why don't you do that? Stephanie, I do it in reverse. After I fuck up, I bring them things after the chef. Tim, I see. What about Cass? Stephanie, she likes to fight. Cassandra, Jason, get ready, because I'm about to bring you 15 Arkham escapees. All rogues, no henches. Enjoy. Jason, off. Come on. Headcanon where after so many arguments between the Batkids and Bruce over his paranoia and complete disregard for his kids' privacy, the entire family had compromised with, in the healthiest way possible, downloading Life 360 on their phones, and that's how they all keep track of each other. Now, Bruce knew that this is mostly for his benefit, and it's supposed to be a healthy alternative for his unhealthy paranoia and helicopter parenting, but what he wasn't expecting was for the kids to start keeping track of him. He's putting gas in his car, and Grayson calls him because apparently Grayson has been watching him drive around on the app, and Bruce is currently at a gas station that's right around the corner from a Taco Bell, and now Grayson wants him to get food for everyone since he's already there. He's driving home from a meeting and Steph calls him because her and Duke were shopping in the area and wants to know if he can pick them up. When he asks how she knew he was on the same street, he gets a, oh, I just like to stalk everyone on the app for funsies as an answer. Jason calls him and he can barely get out a hello before Jason cuts him off. Bruce, why the f is your phone battery on 5%? Charge your damn phone, which completely stuns him because why does he know that? He clears his throat before answering. Jason, what? Everyone can see each other's phone batteries on 360. Now charge your phone is all he gets before Jason hangs up on him. It's raining nonstop where I am, so I'm just picturing the Batfam during a flood. Red Robin uploads a TikTok from the safety of a roof saying, watch him go, as Red Robin keeps trying to drive his bike against the current. A big wave comes by and he's slowly dragged downhill. The caption reads, don't drive during floods. Batman and Robin are on the ground helping civilians out of cars when the intensity doubles, and in minutes, Damian goes from wading knee deep in the water to swimming. The emergency bat floaties get triggered and he floats away as Bruce fails to grab him by half an inch. Robin serenely drifting in the current becomes a meme. Someone takes a picture of very flustered Spoiler trying to squeeze the water out of her cape. The second she lets go, the weight of the water makes her fall backwards. Black Bat ends up giving her a waterproof cape. Signal makes mirages of sharks in the water to scare the shit out of any criminals. Oracle uploads the recordings with Benny Hill as background music. Bloodhaven escapes the worst of the storm, and Nightwing sends pictures to the group chat putting the barely wet concrete just to rub it in. He still slips on a puddle and needs shit. Barbara sends that to the group chat. As a gamer, I played 3 games and one of them is Roblox. I'm inclined to believe that it is only me who can give headcanons on what the Batfamily would play. Alfred, card games, specifically poker. I think he'd also enjoy adventure RPGs if he was forced to play a video game. Bruce, he likes puzzle games, specifically enjoys Block Blast when he's somewhere he needs to have silent stimulation. Grayson, he enjoys customization games like The Sims, or maybe he'd like role-playing games like Episode. Fun little things he can do to decompress after his double life. Jason, I'd like to say I think he'd enjoy shooter games, which he does, but only when he plays with a group or a friend. But I can't say that confidently enough, so I won't. I think he'd enjoy cooking games and weird little storyline games with so much romance it competes with most romance novels he reads. Tim, he would enjoy the freakiest games possible. Danganronpa, Crime Scene Cleaner, Roblox, weird games not even an iPad kid like John would enjoy. Undertale, Sallyface, and weird typhoons like Grocery Store Simulator. He likes living lives he knows he can through games he knows are weird and freaky. Actually, do you think when Damian gets in trouble at school and he is called into the principal's office, he has to call for a family member to show up, but Tim is the only one available, and so he comes down to the school and walks into the office talking about how this needs to be quick because he has about 3 meetings he's running late for. The principal just kind of squints for a second and is like, aren't you also one of my students? And Tim starts sweating. What? No, I dropped out like 6 months ago. I don't remember you dropping out. Well, I less dropped out and more stopped showing up because I had to work. That is no excuse, Timothy Jackson Drake. 3 hours later, Bruce finally finishes whatever mission he was dealing with and has to go down to the school because now the principal won't let Tim leave without a guardian either. Bruce walks in with Tim's emancipation papers to prove that he's indeed no longer a student and sees his 2 youngest sat in the corner, Damian shaking his head at Tim in pure disappointment, while Tim hangs his head in humiliated shame, and the principal talks about the consequences of missing 6 months worth of classes. Damian tells a story over dinner, and Grayson and Jason both laugh so hard they start choking on their food.